Stan and Mark covered, so I'll try and keep this short. Better news, I'm the last one. I've run before, so most of you are at least somewhat familiar with me, but for those that aren't, I'm very much a townie. I've lived in Normal for 40 years of my life, mostly on the west side. I came up through Unit 5 schools. I have 4 kids that all either went through or are in Unit 5 schools. My daughter pointed out that the best one chose to join me today, and she's going to kick me afterwards for embarrassing her. I was previously on library board. I haven't been active in public boards very much, but I was active in my both sons' Cub Scouts. I have an accounting background and engineering background, so as Dan said, I like to fix things. I like to dig into the numbers, find out why things aren't working as well as they could, and what can be done to improve them. One of the biggest things that needs improvement is we need a town council, or just a town in general, that listens to the people. More than 4,000 people signed a petition to save the mural. The town's response was, that's not valid input. More than 2,000 people signed a petition to break Normal into districts. Right now, if you want to run for Normal Town Council, you have to collect 6 to 10 times as many signatures as to run for Bloomington Town Council. Bloomington's bigger. But the status quo wants to keep it that way because, again, it keeps out the little people. I've heard different numbers, 60 to 1 or 100 to 1. Public input against allowing alcohol sales, the old ISSCS, One Normal Plaza. But in the eyes of the town council, the only one that counted was the 1, not the 60 or the 100, because it was a friend of the mayor's. So now that's zoned for alcohol. Stan talked about the fire station. The mayor actively mocked people when there was a protest trying to reduce the COVID shutdown so people could get back to work. They actively shut down businesses. They didn't follow the science. They didn't even follow our local health department. They just did what they wanted to do. If we want to encourage growth, encourage business, shutting them down without actively good reason is not a good way to encourage local business. I don't have as much experience as some of the other people who are running, but do you want someone who will do their best to do a good job to represent you, or someone who has experience at doing a great job representing other interests? As Mark said, we need new people on the board. I'm one of those new people. Let's see. One thing that almost everybody's touched upon is infrastructure. I'm surprised that none of the establishment candidates have said, next year we're tripling our road resurfacing budget. Well, it's tripling because for the last 20 years, our roads have been under budgeted so that money could be shifted off to pet projects, which is what drove up the $100 million in debt. Yes, it's since down, but why did it get that high in the first place? I'm fine with working together. I like to say I'm usually right about most things. That's because I'm very open to being wrong. If you tell me how I'm wrong, I will change my mind. So, again, we need new people. We need people with open minds. We need people with open ears. Engaging with the community is not the same as listening to the community. Thank you so much. I'm Karl Sila. Please vote for me on April 4th or earlier if you vote in.